Hello, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss few more compiler directive. So for the same, here I have created one program that is COMPDIR3. So we will go through this program and will understand the compiler directives. So mainly we will discuss two compiler directive today, that is set and restore. So as we all know that compiler directive is used to instruct the compiler to perform some operation or some task. Okay, so here first of all we will remove this line so that I will show you the code, the normal flow of the code, and then we will use this set directive to uh, understand its concept. Okay, so here you can see that mainly we are declaring one variable here on line number 10, that is current date, and after that in which we are storing the current date using percentage date built-in function, and we are just displaying it, and in the end we are turning on the last record indicator. So I will compile this program and call it. So you can see that it shows the date with the default format, that is ISO format. So it is YYYYMMDT. Okay. Now we will make use of set compiler directive. So I will paste that code again. So you have to use this format like slash, that is that is used to indicate that it is a compiler directive, then your compiler directive name, that is set, and after a space you can set the format. So here we are setting the date format of the compiler, that is star mdy. Okay, so now this date will come in mdy format. So let's we will check it. So compile it, call it. So here you can see that now the date is in mmmddyy format. So in this way we can use set compiler directive to instruct the compiler that from this line you have to change the date format, default date format, to star mdy. Okay, make sure that you are setting it before the variable declaration, otherwise it will not work. Okay, now why we need restore? So if you don't want to set the date format, or you want to restore all the functionality that we are set using set compiler directive, so we can restore those things using restore function, compiler directive. Okay, so after restore you can write dat fmt, and if I compile it again and call it, then it will, the format will be restored. It means it will again show the default options, it is ISO YYYY MMDT. So along with date format, we can use set directive, compiler directive, for changing the time format as well as CCS ID. So you can use the in the same way, like you can write directly for the CCS ID and for the time as well. So what is CCS ID, that we will discuss in the upcoming session in more detail. But for now, we can understand that we can use set compiler directive to change the date format, time, and CCS ID of the text. Okay, and restore we can use for restoring the things. To understand the concept of restore, you can imagine that suppose we are working on a project, and in that project we have there are multiple variable declaration in which we have the set the date format or CCS ID with the help of compiler directive set. Then instead of removing that line, we can directly use restore, and we can restore the things to normal. If you want to check the normal flow or normal format of the code, so you can make use of restore object, or as per your requirement you can make use of these two compiler directives. So yeah, that's it for this session. In the upcoming session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.